17 most ideal getaway destinations in Japan. Japan is rapidly becoming one of the top travel objections on the planet. An ever-increasing number of individuals are heading out to the island country consistently, baited by the commitment of new sushi, astounding train rides, safe urban communities, captivating practices, and peculiar mainstream society. Yet, there's something else to Japan besides feline and robot bistros. Its numerous islands are shockingly simple to go around and very much associated by rail lines, ships, and transport administrations. Japan is a warm, inviting, and unendingly fascinating travel objective with something for everybody. Find out about Ainu culture, neglected, snow-covered northern island of Hokkaido, and find the frequently failed to remember Ryukyu culture in the tropical islands of Okinawa. Also, the old miracles of the Edo capital of Kyoto. Set out on sanctuary journeys in Shikoku, investigate the tranquil roads of Hiroshima, or lose all sense of direction in the ceaseless sparkling gets a kick out of the humming roads of Tokyo. Some of the most popular places to visit in Japan can be found in the Edo capital of Kyoto with its ancient wonders. Embark on temple pilgrimages in Shikoku, explore the peaceful streets of Hiroshima, or get lost in the never-ending glittering delights in the buzzing streets of Tokyo. Number 1. Tokyo. Voyagers who like to blend with individuals will adore Tokyo. The Japanese capital's metropolitan region is the most crowded on the planet. From survey spring cherry blooms in conventional nurseries to the fish market at Tuskegee, Tokyo mixes the old with the new, from hallowed places to karaoke bars. It's difficult to be exhausted in frantic, high-speed Tokyo where even a stroll down the roads can intrigue. This city's Shibuya convergence, for instance, is popular for its controlled horde crossing. One more intriguing neighborhood with regards to Tokyo is Harajuku, known all through the world for its astonishing road design, including, however, most certainly not restricted to goth lolitas, punk or kawaii school children. Tokyo is likewise home to a few top-notch historical centers and various places of worship, including the most well-known, the Meiji Sanctuary and Sensoji Sanctuary, quite possibly of its most seasoned. Then there is the Tsukuji Fish Market. In many urban communities, a fish market wouldn't be a vacation spot. However, this is the world's most active and biggest, and it likewise is on the schedule of essentially every guest to Tokyo. Also, it is perhaps of the best put on earth to get very new sushi. One admonition: since you'll visit the fish market promptly in the first part of the day, you'll have your sushi for breakfast. Other intriguing attractions with regards to Tokyo incorporate the majestic castle, the home of the sovereign, and Tokyo Pinnacle. Luckily, getting around Tokyo is simple as this city flaunts an enormous and somewhat simple to utilize travel framework. In the event that you have the opportunity, you'll need to consider requiring a road trip to wonderful Mount Fuji. Number 2. Kyoto. Kyoto today is the capital just of Kyoto Prefecture. However, it once filled in as the majestic capital of Japan for over 1,000 years. On the off chance that you're keen on getting a brief look at old Japan, Kyoto ought to be on your schedule. Due to its authentic importance, this city was generally saved a significant part of the disastrous besieging that happened all through the remainder of Japan during the Second Great War. Situated on focal Honshu Island, this city of 1.5 million individuals likewise flaunts in excess of 1,000 sanctuaries and places of worship, including one of the most sought, the brilliant structure. Notwithstanding the huge number of strict designs, Kyoto is home to flawless Nijo Palace, the previous home of the Tokugawa shoguns. Higashiyama, a very much protected architecturally significant area, and Jin, Kyoto's popular Geisha region are likewise should-visit attractions. Yet, Kyoto isn't just about history. This city likewise flaunts an elite aquarium, and for no particular reason, you can figure out how to turn into a Japanese professional killer at the ninja preparing dojo. Number 3. Nara. Nara, once known as Haijo, was the primary extremely durable capital of Japan, laid out in 710. The capital was moved to Nagayaka in 784 when the public authority was undermined by strong Buddhist cloisters. Found under an hour from Kyoto, the city brags of plenty significant and great noteworthy sites, with innumerable sanctuaries and sanctums. The majority of its primary attractions can be found in the exquisite, green Nara Park, likewise home to the city's huge number of agreeable deer that stroll about asking sightseers for food. Here you'll find the multi-story pagodas of Kofuku-ji and breathtaking stone lamps of Kasuga Taisha, as well as several affectionately finished Japanese nurseries. The feature, be that as it may, is Todai-ji Sanctuary with its dazzling design and gigantic extraordinary Buddha. Other than its plenty of very much protected memorable structures, Nara has several superb galleries for guests to look at, as well as the enchanting old trader region of Naramachi. With such a lot of history, workmanship, and engineering on show, the previous capital is surely not to be passed up. Number 4. Hakone. Flaunting lovely mountain view, loosening up underground aquifers, and various a list workmanship galleries, Hakone is one of the most well-known traveler objections in Japan. found simply a short train ride toward the southwest of Tokyo. The town lies on the shores of peaceful Lake Ashi, with notable Mount Fuji ascending somewhere far off. A charming and beautiful spot, Hakone is home to numerous onsens and ryokans, so visiting one of the bathhouses and remaining in a customary hotel is a must-win in the neighborhood. What's more, stunning figures and works of art can be tracked down in its various displays and galleries, while little shops and stores sell privately made handiworks. Quite possibly of the most famous thing to do is take a boat ride on one of the privateer sens that sail around Lake Ashi. From on board their decks, you can appreciate amazing perspectives on the lake's dazzling landscape and magnificent Mount Fuji somewhere far off. While Hakone can become very busy, particularly during ends of the week and occasions, Fuji Hakone Izu Public Park has heaps of quiet climbing trails for you to investigate if you have any desire to get away from the groups. Number 5. Takayama. Settled away among the northern Japanese Alps of focal Honshu, the little city of Takayama is an extremely beautiful spot, celebrated for its conventional townscape, shocking riverside setting, and novel culture and customs. It is quick becoming one of the district's most famous attractions. In its all-around save noteworthy quarter, guests can find bunches of perfect design dating to the Edo time frame, as well as little-purpose bottling works, stores, and fabulous old shippers' homes. Sanctuaries and historical centers have large amounts of Takayama, while various morning markets can be seen as close to the waterway. At the Hida Society town, you can watch craftsmen make nearby handiworks and meander around a reproduced mountain town loaded with customary covered rooftop farmhouses. Because of its disconnected setting, Takayama fostered its own rich culture and customs, as proven by the two popular celebrations of Sano Matsuri and Yahata Matsuri. During the celebrations, enormous and luxuriously enlivened floats march through the city, which is mystically illuminated by lamps. Many individuals visit during the celebrations for the exuberant mood and air. Number 6. Nikko. Situated at the entry to Nikko Public Park, Nikko is set in a marvelous spot in the midst of the mountains, with rich timberlands lying around it. Other than being renowned for its landscape, the city brags an abundant significant Shinto sanctums and Buddhist sanctuaries and is situated in Tochigi Prefecture. Astonishingly, Nikko is home to two catacombs of Tokugawa shoguns. These can be found at the broad and luxurious Toshogu complex. Encircled by transcending cedars, the site grandstands great Edo time engineering, with incalculable hallowed places, sanctuaries, and pagodas. While the complex is without a doubt Nikko's principal fascination, two of its most popular and shot sites are the exceptionally old Shinkaio Extension and glimmering Kegon Falls, the two of which are legitimately praised for their excellence. What's more, many individuals visit Nikko for the beautiful nature and view encompassing it. Concealed among its vast mountains and woods, you can track down shimmering cascades and lakes, as well as gurgling streams and extremely hot springs. All exceptionally simple to visit from Tokyo, Nikko's verifiable, social, and beautiful sites lie a 2-hour train venture from the country's capital. Number 7. Kamakura. Set on the picturesque shores of Sagami Sound, with woodland-covered slopes encompassing it, Kamakura is a top-of-the-line objective and lies simply an extended train ride toward the south of Tokyo. As it was once the capital of Japan, the beachfront city is home to numerous significant milestones and a plenty of lovely sanctuaries and places of worship. Its characterizing image and most well-known site is the incomparable Buddha of Kamakura, which is 13.35 meters high. Made from bronze, the strong figure overshadows its environmental factors and is one of the city's most celebrated and captured attractions. The enormous Tsurugeaka Hachimangu Sanctuary additionally draws in hordes of guests, as do the pretty and tranquil Harmony Sanctuaries of Kenchoji and Ingakuji. While Kamakura unquestionably has a great deal of fascinating verifiable and social sites on offer, the focal point of the city likewise brags parcels fabulous shops and restaurants. Many individuals likewise come to go climbing in the midst of its dazzling nature, or to appreciate sunbathing, swimming or surfing at one of its wonderful seashores. Number 8. Hiroshima. Hiroshima, situated on Honshu Island, is more youthful than numerous Japanese urban communities, under 500 years of age. However, its destiny was everlastingly fixed in history on August 6, 1945, when it turned into the principal city on the planet to have a nuclear bomb dropped on it. Albeit in excess of 60% of the structures in Hiroshima were obliterated, the city has figured out how to make an astounding recuperation since that overwhelming impact. As a matter of fact, by 1974, the city had really figured out how to twofold its pre-war populace, and it has likewise turned into a well-known traveler objective. Quite possibly of the most well-known fascination in this city is the Hiroshima Harmony Remembrance Park, which was made in memory of every one of the people who lost their lives or were harmed by the nuclear bomb. This enormous park is home to a few intriguing destinations, including the Harmony Remembrance Exhibition Hall, where guests can see the impact the bomb had on the residents of Hiroshima. Another priority vacationer site is the incomparable Torii, a wooden sanctuary passage that gives off an impression of being drifting in the ocean at elevated tide. The Torii is situated on adjacent Miyajima Island. Number 9. Kanazawa. Situated in the northwest of Ishikawa Prefecture, the noteworthy city of Kanazawa lies between the wild waters of the ocean of Japan and the transcending Japanese Alps. Long ignored because of its remote setting, it is an inexorably well-known objective and flaunts a rich history, culture, and legacy. In the focal point of the city, you can track down a phenomenal, extremely old palace to investigate, as well as enchanting and very much saved samurai and geisha locale. Their restricted rear entryways are lined by customary houses, comfortable coffee bars, and various climatic sanctuaries and hallowed places. Kanazawa is likewise home to a few extraordinary exhibition halls, and the bustling Omicho Market, famous for its new fish. Its most well-known fascination is the affectionately arranged Kenroku-en, which is viewed as quite possibly of the most gorgeous nursery in Japan. Magnificent to visit whenever of year, it is home to an immense assortment of trees and plants, with grand lakes, extensions, and stone lights in plain view. Number 10. Miyajima. One of the most famous vacationer locations in the country, the little island of Miyajima lies in the northwest of Hiroshima Cove, encompassed by the Seto Inland Ocean. Other than bragging won the renowned 3 perspectives on Japan, it is likewise home to some beautiful view and various sanctuaries and sanctums. Miyajima, or Sanctuary Island, is the ideal well-known epithet for the island of Itsukushima, which has for quite some time been viewed as a heavenly spot. Overwhelming its inside are the picturesque and holy inclines of Mount Misen, where you can track down different Buddhist sanctuaries, Shinto hallowed places, and a phenomenal 5-story pagoda. Its delicate slopes and rich woodlands make for some astounding climbing, and you'll frequently run over tame deer meandering unreservedly around the island. Miyajima's principal fascination, notwithstanding, is the drifting Torii entryway of Itsukushima Sanctum that lies simply off its shores. Perhaps of the most famous and conspicuous sight in Japan, it makes for some fantastic photographs and draws in swarms of vacationers consistently. Number 11. Ishigaki. Found west of Okinawa, Ishigaki is Japan's chief oceanside objective and makes a decent base to investigate different islands in the Yaeyama archipelago. Favored with Japan's best seashores, it is especially well known with families since the seashores at Fusaki and Misato are net safeguarded. Found 1,250 miles south of Tokyo, Ishigaki might not have the holy places and sanctuaries that other Japanese urban communities have, yet it has an overflowing nightlife for guests who have the energy following a day of beachcombing, water sports, or climbing Mount Nisoko. Number 12. Koyasan. Found just toward the south of Osaka in Wakayama Prefecture, Koyasan is basically known similar to the focal point of Shingon Buddhism. Edged by 8 conspicuous pinnacles, the ravishing mount is home to an overflow of sanctuaries, places of worship, and pagodas, as well as immaculate nature and view. First settled as far as possible back in 819 CE, the first religious community has since developed to incorporate more than 120 sanctuaries. Of these, Kongabujai, the head sanctuary, is without a doubt the most significant and noteworthy with its exceptionally old stately lobbies, conventional structures, and unspoiled stone nursery. Kanpon Dato is additionally worth visiting for its exquisite pagoda, similar to the huge and environmental cemetery of Okanoin. While many individuals visit Koyasan as a road trip from Osaka, remaining over and resting in one of the sanctuaries is an astounding manner to encounter devout life on the mount. Other than visiting its various hallowed locales and notable sanctuaries and sanctums, there are heaps of awesome climbs you can do around the encompassing mountains and timberlands. Number 13. Kaizo Valley. When part of the noteworthy Nakasendo shipping lane interfacing Kyoto to Edo, Kaizo Valley is home to a few beguiling old post stations as well as beautiful view. Covered in thick woods and encircled by steep mountains, the valley is based on the Kaizo Waterway and lies in Nagano Prefecture in Focal, Japan. Because of its all-around saved verifiable sights and sensational mountain view, the valley is currently an exceptionally famous vacationer location. One of its most popular and grand stretches lies between the 2 Edo period post towns of Magome and Sumego. Many individuals decide to climb from one to the next. Subsequent to walking around verdant timberlands and crossing percolating streams, there are a lot of climatic old structures for you to take in and comfortable ryokans for you to remain at. Kaizo Valley additionally has the enchanting post town of Nagai for guests to look at, as well as great climbing trails that wind through the encompassing scene. Number 14. Osaka. Lying at the core of quite possibly of the most populated metropolitan region on the planet, Osaka is set on the shores of Osaka Cove and is encircled by an excess of 10 outer municipalities. The rambling city is the third biggest in Japan and has for quite some time been a significant monetary center and significant monetary focus. While its perpetual substantial wilderness isn't exactly beautiful to see, Osaka is viewed as the best spot to eat, drink and party in Japan. Quite a bit of its nightlife is based on the neon-lit Dotonbori locale, which brags bounty cafes, bars, and diversion choices. For shopping, Shinseibashi is the spot to go. Unending retail chains, stores, and shopping centers line the covered shopping road. Albeit the vast majority visit for its flourishing culinary scene and nightlife, Osaka makes them interest authentic sites and tourist spots that merit looking at. Its Ramade Palace, for example, lies in a beautiful park in the downtown area, while the Umeda Sky Building and Tsudankaku Tower consider as a part of its most conspicuous sites. Furthermore, it flaunts Sumiyoshi Hallowed Place and Shitennoji Sanctuary, two of the most established strict destinations in Japan. Number 15. Shirakawa-go in Gakeyama. Lying in the midst of great mountains with clearing valleys and verdant woodlands all around, Shirakawa-go and Gakeyama are two of the prettiest towns in the entire of Japan. Acclaimed for their staggering settings and customary covered rooftop farmhouses, they consider as a real part of focal Honshu's most famous vacation destinations. While this implies they can become very busy, especially during Brilliant Week and the cherry bloom season, the towns truly are a treat to visit. This is on the grounds that the particular Gassho-zukuri structures that look so staggering encompassed by fruitful farmland and radiant nature loan them an extremely enchanting, quiet, and rural feel. Other than taking in the mind-boggling landscape and noteworthy farmhouses, guests can look at the Jimhamura Craftsmanship Historical Center, get a few nearby painstaking work, and remain in a conventional Ryokan motel. Likewise, the mountains and woodlands encompassing Shirakawa-go and Gakeyama are home to grand climbing trails, sparkling cascades, and stunning perspectives. Number 16. Naoshima. Encircled by the shimmering waters of the Seto Inland Ocean, the pure island of Naoshima lies between the super Japanese islands of Honshu and Shikoku. Because of its beautiful view, fabulous contemporary craftsmanship galleries, and various open-air figures, it is an exceptionally famous vacationer location. Prior to being picked as the area for the Bennis craftsmanship site in the last part of the 82nd, Naoshima was home to a lessening fishing local area. The Bennis organization situated in adjacent Akeyama then, at that point, set up some list workmanship exhibitions, like the Chichu Craftsmanship Historical Center and Bennis House Gallery. Set in the midst of some magnificent landscape, these display some lovely design and house significant craftsmanship assortments, while imaginative open-air establishments are additionally spread around the island. While there isn't exactly a lot to do in the town of a similar name, Naoshima surely has sufficient capturing workmanship, design, and view to keep guests engaged. Because of the Bennis Venture's prosperity, craftsmanship exhibition halls and establishments have likewise sprung up on different islands lying close by. Number 17. Kinosaki Onsen. Renowned for its impressive underground aquifers, Kinosaki has been a famous onsen town since the 800 years. Set only inland from the ocean of Japan, its various bathhouses and conventional motels lie in the Kansai district of South Focal Honshu. Presently viewed as area of the city of Toyuka, the humble community is divided by a beautiful willow-lined trench, while the Maruyama waterway passes close by en route to the ocean. Altogether, there are 7 public onsen bathhouses for guests to test. Their warm waters are rumored to have mending properties. With intricate insides, fine design, and lovely gardens, the underground aquifers are the principal reason that individuals visit Kinosaki. Remaining in a ryokan is a quintessential piece of this experience, and bunches of the customary hotels can be found in and out of town. What's more, Kinosaki likewise has heaps of shops, bistros and cafes that sell neighborhood handiworks and delectable delights, with the town being essentially known for its new fish,